How are you all doing? Eric Freshley here from Freshly Stream Games. On YouTube again, not...
What the is Twitch?
Alright. I'm just fucking... Okay, let's get my stuff going here. What we got today? We have... I could hit the right buttons, that would be very helpful. We have the Extended Showcase. The Xbox Extended Showcase. Oh, let's get the stuff. Alright. Sounds good. I gotta tell people that I'm live. Okay, all good. Mostly. So yes, the Extended Showcase. They've done this now the last 2 years. Maybe 3. At least 2. I know Paris Lily did one. And then last year, I don't remember who hosted it, but it happened. These are not big announcements. As a matter of fact, it's not many announcements at all. It's mostly deep dives into the games we saw 2 days ago. You know, I get unhappy with the way in Xbox's big showcase, they don't do like 3 to 5 minute gameplay demos like I would wish they would, like uncut demos. They really only do it for like 1 game a year. This year was Starfield, which is a lot longer than 3 to 5 minutes. But they do it more here. So some of the games they said are going to be here are Towerborne, excuse me, Avowed, and Hellblade 2. In addition, there's a couple of games that were not in the showcase that they said are going to be here. Exoprimal is one, although they put up a trailer this morning, so it might just be that same trailer we saw, or that I saw anyway. And the Lamplighter's League. This is a strategy game coming to a tactics game coming to Game Pass later this year, which looks really cool. I'm excited for that. Almost an XCOM style game. And so I think there's a couple other possibilities of smaller things. Like, we're due sometime this year, because they said it's going to happen last year, for Fallout 4 to get a Series X, and a PS5 for that matter, upgrade patch, I guess. So I think that could happen here. There also seems to be, I forgot to check the quality, a Hi-Fi Rush DLC somewhere, which I thought was going to be in the big showcase, but it wasn't, so I could see it here, although that almost seems too big. Aren't we already on 1080p? Okay. Never mind then. The kind of things that have been here in the past, they announced that Valheim was coming to console in this showcase last year. They announced that the Custom Controllers Design Labs was coming back in the showcase 2 years ago. So that's the kind of level of announcements we're looking for. Not, you know, you're not going to see Halo 7 announced here. Or anywhere for that matter. But mostly, 99% of the time is them doing gameplay demos and interviewing developers. It's a lot of interviews, so I probably won't talk over most of it when the developers are talking. A little bit here and there, but yeah, I would like to see. I had a prediction. Just like Valheim came last year on this showcase, I think they might bring another PC game over to Xbox and announce it here. And my prediction was V Rising. Just a shot in the dark. I have no evidence for that or anything. Just kind of feels like a good fit. Feels like good timing and a good fit. And I would love to see it. I had no evidence for Valheim either. I just felt right. And I'm gonna say the same thing for V Rising here. Probably won't get it right, but what the hell. I hope it's true, because that game looks like a lot of fun. I don't know if they've said who's hosting it this year. I don't think it's Paris again. But it's probably just internal Xbox people. Although I thought Paris did a good job, so I would like to see him back. If you watched my streams before, you know I've had a problem with this mic, like, drooping, but I fixed it today. It was not the place I thought it was. So it was actually a lot easier to fix than I thought. Hi. Done it by Diablo 4. I don't see the chat bot working, but that could just be the long delay on YouTube with the chat bot. And it seems when it does happen, it'll do like 3 at once. It's fucking weird. I don't know if there's anything I can do about that. I looked to see if I can, yeah, there, it's working now. I looked to see if I can, by the way, Lisa, I don't know if you even saw not yesterday, 2 days ago, because I think you fell asleep in the middle of the stream. I made you a moderator. So keep these people in line, huh? I don't know. Do you guys have anything? Oh, actually, the timer there lets me see exactly the delay. It's about 20 seconds behind. You guys have anything that was in the showcase the other day that you want to see more of? I'm really excited for Towerborne. As you know, I like co-op games and I like action RPGs, so that is my jam. You know, the stuff like Fable, that's like years away, they're not going to show that, but stuff that is this year or early next year are likely to be here. And they did specifically say Towerborne, Avowed, and Hellblade too.
I'd like to think I'm always an angel.
The Wu-Tang. Yeah, I think the Wu-Tang is going to be for next year. I hope it's next year. I mean, we haven't heard anything about that game in a while from, you know, Jez or Grub or anything. I hope it didn't get canceled. Yeah, that's what the wrench is for. I had a problem the other day of it auto-marking people's messages, especially Troy. Anytime he said shit. And then I had to approve each message. So that's why I made you a mod real quick. But you weren't even there. Move this goddamn heart in the way. Whatever, I'll just put a heart in there. Oh, anyway. Actually hoping. Hunter said, God damn it, move. Actually hoping for just a little more info on Avowed. They said Avowed's gonna be here. I mean, it might not be more info. It might be them. They're gonna have a developer on and interview him. It might just be the same stuff that they wrote in the Xbox Wire, just regurgitated again. But you know, hey, at least they'll be here. Hopefully new footage. Halo news yet? It's just starting. This is the first words they've spoke. That is a good point, though. I love Tina Meany. She used to work at IGN. But Halo has a new season starting in, like, next week, I think. So that they'll probably do that here, too.
All coming to Xbox. Games like Clockwork Revolution from In Exile Entertainment, Fable from Playground Games, and from our partners, Star Wars Outlaws from Ubisoft Massive in collaboration with Lucasfilm Games, and Kunitsugami, Path of the Goddess from Capcom.
I'm never gonna remember the first part of that title. I'll just say Path of the Goddess.
Showcase lineup and introduce you to some more games too. We've got the game director of Avowed from Obsidian Entertainment breaking down the game's trailer, and the game director of Hi-Fi Rush from Tango Gameworks is here to tell us about their newest update.
DLC for Hi-Fi Rush.
Head of the Gaming Ecosystem Organization for Xbox, who will tell us more about a program to bring games from underrepresented developers with unique visions to Xbox and Game Pass. And we may just
That's
have
neat.
a few other fun guests in store for you too, so stay tuned. But first, let's check out the rainy streets and sinister markets of Cyberpunk 2077 Phantom Liberty.
By the way,
Hello, everyone.
stream volume could be a
Really
tad
excited
louder.
to
Okay.
welcome you to this exclusive Xbox store over Black Market, one of the locations in
Put it up just a
Dogtown
tad.
that
Let me
you're
know if it
going
needs to go
be
more.
able to explore in Cyberpunk 2077
Please hit the thumbs up button if you
Phantom
haven't, and subscribe to the channel. YouTube just today
As you can see,
announced they're lowering the requirements for
welcomes
people to
you
start
to
making
Black
money, so it's not like too far out of reach for me. I'm still,
This is
you know,
Black Market,
got quite a
a
ways to go,
location where
but
you as a player, as a mercenary,
it's
you
within
can
reach.
obtain unique cyberware and weapons, things that you cannot find anywhere in this world. Dogtown is a part of Night City, but has its own very distinct look and vibe. It's outside of the jurisdiction of NCPD, attracting all kinds of eccentrics and dangerous characters.
I've been reading about this. It's not just like a DLC update, they're also changing a lot of the base game. It sounds pretty dramatic, like an overhaul. Makes me finally want to play this game, because I never dived in.
Work into making the world feel more alive. Small scenes, secrets to find, Easter eggs. Make
Nathan,
this
Phantom
place
Liberty
feel more
does have a release
vibrant
date, and I'm sure they're going to say it here at the end. I can't remember the exact date, but
But what's
December something.
in Dogtown is Kurt Hansen. Kurt is a leader of Borges militia.
Lisa, does that sound better, or do you need more?
Iron Fist.
You've come to the right place. NCPD, gang wars, not in Dogtown. Taxes, who the f needs them? In Dogtown, I keep your business safe as long as you abide by my rules.
A really nice guy, as you can see.
I thought so.
The black market also is a place where you can find new illegal weapons and goods. They are some of the most powerful items in the world, but are often much more dangerous to use. A new cyberware capacity system, which leads you to push your body to the limit and gives you new abilities.
I don't know, maybe you could augment it into yourself.
Deliver
This
more thrilling
Watson
gameplay
horror.
experiences, like the air dash or the ability to see the enemies through
Good.
the walls, or change your appearance to lose the heat. The Borges is the authorities of Dogtown, and they are more dangerous than NCPD. When you as a player commit crimes in Dogtown, they are the guys who are going to chase you. We have completely overhauled the police system. Police actions are more believable, dynamic, and diverse. The team has been working
Like the real cops?
passionately
That could be
to
scary.
deliver you more deeper and meaningful experience, and I really cannot wait for you to find out more this September. See you in Dogtown.
That's very funny, Hunter. There is September 26th. That after? That's after Starfield.
We're not done talking about CD Projekt Red's next dive into the story between V and Johnny just yet. In fact, we're here with the voice and stylings of Johnny Silverhand, Keanu Reeves himself. Welcome.
Thank you. It's a pleasure to be here.
Likewise. Well, Phantom Liberty introduces us to an entirely new location in Night City. It's called Dogtown. It's this devastated place. It's controlled by a militia. But I think you know more about it than I do. So how would you?
I think he
describe it
said
to
at one point he
players?
didn't play the
Night City
game.
has its own kind of levels to it, and I think
Not that he
Dogtown
has to, but
is kind of going down to a darker place. It's dystopian. It has a tension to it, and this undercurrent of kind of violence, you know, like, and struggle. You know, can I swear?
Yeah.
Shit's gone down in Dogtown.
Oh, I like that tagline.
Yeah, and it's just, you know,
No swearing,
hopefully it'll
Keanu.
be fun for people to play there.
It's hard to believe that there's an underbelly to the underbelly
Yes,
that
that's
is Night
good.
City, right?
Yes,
Yeah, I'm a little
yeah.
scared, but in a
Yeah.
good way.
No, it's a good way.
well, you're gonna miss Keanu and hit me with that, I think.
We're all moths to the flame,
Mm-hmm.
aren't we? And there's a lot of flame in Dogtown.
Well, if anyone can take it on, it's V, so that certainly
Yeah.
gives me the confidence.
Yeah, V's a survivor.
Exactly. Oh, yeah.
You know?
And we just saw a tour of Dogtown, too, so we got a little bit of that
cool.
ambiance, and we can see what the environment is like. People are getting beat up. It's not good.
It's, yeah.
It's not the friendliest place to be. You gotta be prepared for it, truly.
Yeah.
But in our tour, we also hear a recording from a Colonel Kurt Hansen. Who's this guy? Because he seems pretty dangerous, too.
Yeah, that guy. No, I'm sorry, I can't say that. My inner Johnny came out.
I think that's good.
He didn't say anything,
You know
did
the
he?
tone now.
Yeah.
Did he curse again? I didn't hear
He's
it.
ex-military, military too, ruthless, power hungry, manipulative, and Johnny doesn't like him.
I could see that. I mean, Night City in general is the kind of place that breeds that kind of character.
Yeah.
Let's take a step back. Let's talk about Johnny as a person instead of this horrible person known as Colonel Kurt Hansen. I don't know about this guy, but people like Johnny, and I think it's interesting because we know him to be opinionated. He's radical. We've seen that in Cyberpunk 2077 in the main campaign, but as we get to know him, he's got a sensitive side too. He can actually be quite caring.
That's what makes it so much fun. He is outspoken. He's a little grumpy. And he has a right to be. He's been used, he's been abused, he's been abandoned. And I think that through that kind of hardness of his outside, there is a vulnerability to him. And I think what's great about it is I get to play that character in so many different ways, and so the range of it is cool.
And especially for the player, you get to see these moments in flashbacks. You start to understand he's a product of his upbringing, truly.
Oh, I didn't hear him say fuck that guy.
Well, let's not get carried away. I mean, we can start talking about nature and nurture. I'm sorry, I keep dropping into Johnny. But, yeah, I like his anger. I like his passion. I like what he stands for. He's really just looking for a fair shot. And I love that he's kind of going through music, that there's an artist side to him. And, you know, I got some great speeches.
There's all these moments with Johnny
All
where
right, man.
a tiny little thing, you know, elicits this really fun response. You can flip him off and he double birds you back. Like, I love those kind of moments.
Or rock.
I think another interesting lens of looking at him as we get into Phantom Liberty is his dynamic with Solomon.
Yeah, who's
Reed.
unhinged.
So what can you tell me about Johnny's relationship?
How come they can't get Idris Elba for any of this stuff? He wasn't there at the showcase.
Solomon has some
or
things in
this now?
common with Johnny in the sense of the military, the sense of being used, abused. You know, it's in the title, right? They're fighting for a liberty. You know, Solomon's kind of trying to reclaim his life, you know, and Johnny's doing the same thing. You know, it's Cyberpunk 2077, so it might start off as revenge, and it might end as revenge, but I think sometimes he feels like
exactly
he's
what it's
lashing out
like.
at the wind, you know? And I think Solomon has been living out in the kind of the desert of his life, right? Kind of hiding and harboring.
Yeah.
But I think he also has that kind of soft and hard side to him as well.
So as somebody who's very familiar with thrillers, because you've starred in a few, what do you think about Phantom Liberty makes for a good spy thriller in particular?
The quest to understand what's
Are you guys
going
gonna jump back
on.
into
So you-
Cyberpunk,
and the
especially
kind of
considering it's just a couple weeks
scavenger
after
hunt of
Starfield?
information, the mystery, the double crossing, what is true, what's fiction, what can you count on, you can't count on anything. That is really kind of amplified.
Well, thank you so much for coming out to another Xbox presentation. You've got a lot of fans out there in the Xbox community, so I think I can speak for all of us in saying we really appreciate you showing up here today.
Oh, well, thank you.
But before
It's
I
an honor
close
to
things
be
out,
here. Yeah.
well, before I close things out, I'd love your help here, Keanu. How do you think Johnny would end this interview right now?
Boy,
Well, there's a lot of ways you could do that.
you gonna punch her in the face?
Tina, pleasure to meet you.
Oh, is that how Johnny would do it?
Yeah.
Oh, thank you, Johnny.
Nice to see
such
you.
a pleasure to have you here. I thought you were gonna kick down the camera or something. So
No, you see, he's respectful. You know, you're a good egg.
Oh, thank you. You too.
Yeah.
and I'll see you out there
Kid
again
Riot
soon.
says he's pre-ordering it right now. Hunter says he doesn't think he'll ever get back into it, even though he likes it. Doesn't think he's had his fill. Lisa, correctly, says she cannot commit to a single game for more than 7 days. That's true. Just high on life. Did they... I mean, I imagine this is DLC. Did they...
So sorry for dragging you all into this.
not bring back Royland? Royland did the voices in that, right? High on knife. This is the Lamplighter's League. I'm kind of looking forward to this. The Shadowrun games they did were really good. And I love tactics games. And it's on Game Pass.
Theater. And if you get a glimpse behind the scenery, the stagecraft, you'll discover nothing but darkness. And once perceived, it will swallow you whole. I'm in a race against this darkness. A race to locate an ancient ruin, a tower of unspeakable power. I need the best of the best. But they're all dead. So I'll use you. Scoundrels. Thieves.
There's that
Cutthroats.
that pirate
Best of the
game
worst.
coming too from the guys that did Shadow Tactics and Desperados 3. They're doing a pirate
To look so glum.
action strategy game coming also this year. It's a good time for these kind of games.
You're going to help me save the world.
Yeah, I agree, Hunter. His setting is cool. Or 3rd. I don't know if we knew that date.
When it comes to RPG
double check.
studios, Obsidian Entertainment is among the very best. From Fallout New Vegas and the Outer Worlds to Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic 2 and Pentiment, Obsidian Games have placed their stamp on the
Here's
genre.
Avowed.
Joining us today for a closer look at Avowed is game director Carrie Patel.
Her name
Carrie,
sounds
I'm
familiar.
so excited to have you here. We just saw this big reveal of Avowed, and there's so many little bits of information in there that I want to dig out and pick your brain around. But before we get into all that, I'm assuming that you don't need to have played Pillars 1 or 2 to really get into Avowed.
You're absolutely right. You don't need to have played Pillars 1 or 2. You can come to the world of Avowed fresh. We want this to be a welcoming experience to new players. But if you are a returning fan, there are some recognizable tidbits.
For people who have played Pillars 1 or 2, can you tease any more of just those general connections to the universe? And no major spoilers, of course.
Yeah.
No, we did
There are
not
a
know
couple
that
of
date
returning
about
characters
Lamplighter's
that
League.
Players might recognize from Deadfire in particular. Players who have played the original games will recognize some of the parts of the world and some of the factions. The Adiran Empire plays pretty heavily into the world of Avowed, so all of that will be familiar to returning players.
We do start to see some of that Pillars universe now in the Avowed setting, which is really exciting, and it's looking amazing so far. But can you confirm one thing for me?
Mhm.
Are we still in Aora?
We're still in Aora, and specifically we're in a region called the Living Lands. So again, returning Pillars fans will recognize the Living Lands as this otherworldly frontier.
Are the other
very
Pillars games on
remote,
Game
it's
Pass?
relatively unknown. It's this very
Gotta be,
dramatic
right?
landscape
'Cause
full
they're
of all of these
Obsidian.
different valleys
I know
with
that
these unique
that was before
biomes and
Xbox bought them,
creatures,
but
just a really unique visual perspective. And it's a wonderful frontiersy spot that's set for adventure. There's a lot that's undiscovered, and so that's the part of Aora that we're introducing players to in Avowed.
And we also see a character talking to us in the trailer. He seems like he might be a companion, because that would be a very Obsidian thing to do. So what's going on with that?
Yes, this is Kai, and he is one of the first companions you meet in the game. He's an Amawa. That's one of
Good.
the unique species of the world of Aora. And Kai, as a character, brings a balance of this really battle-hardened perspective. He's seen a lot. He's served as a soldier and a mercenary, but he also has a really unique sense of humor. So he brings a spirit of levity and camaraderie to the party.
good. Pillars of
as well.
Eternity
And as he's
games are
talking
on
to
Game
us,
Pass.
he's also kind of conveying, well, he's straight up saying that he's afraid of you and your abilities. But it's not like the heroes are the only powerful beings in this universe. So I'm curious what that means for who we are as the player character. Are we a watcher again, like in Pillars 1 and 2? Or maybe we have some connections to the spirit realm and beyond that gives us these terrifying abilities?
So you're not a watcher this time, but you do have a unique soul connection to the world that gives you a
If I play this game, and I'm not sure I will because it's not my normal genre,
also being sent as an envoy
I will be a total spellcaster because the magic looks real neat.
Aura, but also a certain
And I usually don't play that way, but
Kai
that looks
also
like the
mentions plague. That's
coolest thing
another
about
bit
this
of
game, I
detail
think.
that we get within the trailer. We see a very concerning growth on a lot of the creatures in the world. What can you tell us about this plague?
I can't say too much just yet, except
A lot of
that it
people
is
like
a
on
unique soul
since the
place that
showcase
is
today
around the
saying this game
lands,
looks
and part of the player's mission in
ugly
being
or
sent
last
here is to
gen, and
investigate
I
and
think
try
they're
to stop
fucking
it.
insane.
We
I think it
also
looks
saw a lot of
great.
combat in the trailer.
Graphically.
We see dual wielding pistols, we see spells,
It's
we see
brighter
swords,
than I
we see
guess
just
people
a ton of
expected, but
abilities. A lot that
oh
actually
what?
is really reminiscent of the Pillars universe too, but those were isometric top-down view games, and Avowed is a first-person game. So how did the team approach that same kind of fantasy combat, but in the first person for Avowed?
So we wanted to take that same depth and breadth of play styles and combat abilities and player fantasies, where you can play someone who's very magically attuned, more traditional fighter or ranger, and really invest in whatever play style is most appealing to you personally. We wanted to take that depth and breadth and translate it into a first-person experience, where you can feel the visceral nature of the attacks, feel the dynamism and the momentum of those attacks as you're executing them, and that means including a range of options like, as you noted, dual-wielding pistols, which is one of my favorites because you don't see that often in fantasy RPGs, but also traditional sword and board, a whole host of magical abilities.
Sword and board?
A lot of things that'll be both
Not
a little
sword
bit
and
familiar,
shield?
but hopefully new to players as well.
And I've got one more question for you because I know the audience is going to want to know this one, but just how big is this game?
So it's going to be roughly comparable to something like Knights of the Old Republic 2 or The Outer Worlds. It is set up as a series of interconnected open zones that players can explore.
I don't want it to be 100
pace.
hours.
You can invest in discovering every nook and cranny in the world, discovering every secret, finding every side quest, meeting every character, or you can have a much more focused experience. And it's really up to players and how much time they want to
Yes,
spend.
Nathan, this is on Game Pass. Xbox owns Obsidian.
Well, count me
All
in
their
as
games are
one
going to
of
be on
those
Game
players,
Pass
'cause
from now
I
on.
definitely wanna read and hear every line of dialogue, everything everyone has to tell me, and discover every inch of the living lands. Well, thank you again so much for being here, Carrie. This has been so insightful and fun.
Thank you, Tina. This has been a pleasure.
That was just a taste of what you can expect from Obsidian Entertainment when Avowed lands next year on Xbox, PC, and Game Pass.
Said the magic words. What are the magic words? What is this? This looks like that fucking PlayStation launch game with the swords. The First Descendant. I've heard of this. I don't know much about it, but I've heard it. Oh right, it's the looter shooter. Okay, okay. I've actually have seen this trailer before and thought it looked cool. It's very Destiny, of course. I mean, and not just because it's a looter shooter. You also have like a ghost at some point, although they haven't shown it yet here.
플레이어는 계승자를 통해 잉그리스 대륙을 탐험하며 스토리를 체험하고 다양한 임무를 혼자서 혹은 협동 플레이로 수행하게 됩니다. 또한 최대 4인 협동 플레이로
Right, yeah. So, oh, what's that guy's name? The Destiny YouTuber with the deep Southern voice. Damn it, I don't remember, but I watched him play this.
플레이어분들에게 받은 피드백을
As the Cross. That's the guy. I watched him play this.
지금 보시는 화면은 최초로 공개하는 엑스박스 시리즈 X의
Nathan, this one's called The First Descendant, and it will be free to play. Yeah, but they showed all those characters there. They're developing new characters. Yeah, I'm sure they're going to be expensive. I imagine the business model will be a lot like Warframe. Oh, that's some Anthem shit. What is this called, Nathan S? The First Descendant. Also, though, honestly,
코스메틱 시스템도
There's a lot of games coming out right now out of Korea and China that I feel like might not ever actually come out, and this is kind of in that boat. But the fact that they're talking about it here does give me more confidence that it won't be too long.
조작의 재미를 훨씬 더 증대하였습니다. 이 밖에도 피드백을 반영하여 점프 모션,
Best thing they could say right now, I don't know if this is true or not, but they could tell me there's no PvP at all, because I think that holds Destiny back.
글로벌 유명 게임 작곡가인 스티븐 바튼과 협업하여 보다 풍성한 청각적 경험을 제공하기 위해 준비 중에 있습니다. 마지막으로 여러분께서 가장 기다리는 소식을 전해드리겠습니다.
I'd have a release date.
현재 저희는 연내
This year?
출시를 하고 있으며
I'll be damned.
8월 엑스박스 시리즈 X
And a beta test in August? Alright.
PC에서 크로스플레이 베타 테스트를 진행할 예정입니다. 베타 테스트는
That's very exciting.
8월 28일까지 일주일간 진행되며 오늘부터 공식 홈페이지를 통해 신청하실 수 있으니 플레이어분들의 많은 참여를 부탁드립니다.
Lisa, you ready to play the first Descendant?
The First Descendant.
When we were wrapping up Banner Saga, we were really talking about
This
what
is
we wanna do next.
Towerborne. This is
honestly started with the idea
like probably the thing that I was most excited about out of the showcase. Maybe not most excited, but I was very excited for this
Something
game.
that had a lot of replay ability, something that you can really explore for a long time.
There are different worlds that we want to explore. Towerborne is that game. Towerborne is a fast-paced action RPG. It's a co-op game. You can play it online. You can play it on a couch with your friends and family. Everybody's moving through the world map together. As the players move out, they start breadcrumbing the storyline that is being told here. From the world map, you go into fun, fast combat.
Well, get excited.
That with resources,
get a grapple hook.
Items, and with all their new loot, they can go back to the Belfry.
I love a good looter shooter. And this one too is a co-op game. We'll be playing this too next year.
Safe haven and humanity's safe haven. The player can customize their appearance, their loadout, talk to all these different NPCs.
The world itself is a mix of 3D and 2D. We definitely wanted to have that kind of beautiful background that you see in animated movies.
Towerborne is all about humanity's last chance at survival.
Humanity is clinging to hope and clinging to this tower.
It is your mission to try to hold the forces of darkness at bay, to give humanity a chance at survival.
Yeah, this is definitely my thing too.
The most important thing about the gameplay is it's just fun.
So it's first
and
Descendant.
It kind of just amplified its fun the moment you added another player. All of the players can build their character in a way that's specific to them. It just turns into this back and forth exploration. Like, let's try to do this one combo, and then let's see if you can do a follow-up. From a couch co-op perspective,
that's really cool.
That's just really fun because there's not too many couch co-op games anymore.
Popping dudes up and hitting them down. I like that.
I'm hoping in 5 years from now, it's in a place that I never even would have thought of.
It's a seasonal game, which is different for us.
Players can expect a new storyline.
This is awfully ambitious for the guys that made the Banner Saga, which Banner Saga is amazing, but it's a totally different type of game. That's a tactics game.
It just becomes a living world.
And it's not live service like this. And this, I don't even know if you say it's live service, but they're saying seasonal.
We decided, let's just make games that we feel strongly about and we want to play. We had to find the right.
I love the way this looks. Yeah, I remember because this game was reported by Grub and everything for about a year and a half. I thought it might show up at the E3 show last year, and it didn't. And they described before as looking Miyazaki-like, and it kind of does. Not exactly that way, but it was Project Belfry before. First I thought it was Fallout 76, but that... Oh, it is. Okay. I'd say it looked cel-shaded there a second ago, but that was like... the, filter they had on for a second. Some kind of Halloween event for Fallout 76? Oh, a June event for some reason.
Hello, I'm John Rush, art director for Fallout 76.
What happened to their
I
sound?
hope you enjoyed the world premiere of the trailer
Okay.
for our Once in a
That
Blue
wasn't
Moon
me, that was them.
coming June 20th, free to play for anyone who owns Fallout 76. The blue moon has risen over the hills of Appalachia, bringing with it a ton of great new content for players. That includes new cryptids like the Blue Devil and Ogwa to threaten the
That thing wasn't blue.
Ridge Caravan Company.
That looks like Anguirus. My favorite kaiju.
We've also got 2 new public events, both of which give you a chance to earn caravan and cryptid-themed rewards.
Oh, that's cool.
Defend the
Man,
Mountain Pit Stop from
No Man's Sky and Fallout 76 are games I do want to play, but I know, like, it's not a short commitment. I know if I get in, I gotta be in hard.
With Season 13, we've also got a new scoreboard called Shoot for the Stars.
What is that? Is that like their battle pass?
Celebrates the stars of the silver screen and gives you a
Famous
chance
is in
to
this
earn
game?
cinema-themed rewards. And we're not done yet. Next year, we're taking players to Atlantic City. We're
I
gonna
didn't-
gamble on the fates of new factions for the opportunity to
I didn't know that wasn't until next year.
do your part in helping the Blue Ridge Caravan Company and earn rewards along the way. Once in a Blue Moon is coming June 20th. Appalachia is coming at you. We'll see you there.
No Man's Sky is good as hell. I know it. It looks awesome. I really want to play it. But so much. Arcade challenge. Oh. In a turbo mode? No, I don't. I had a tough time with this game. I need to go back to this game and, like, maybe turn down the difficulty or it's the timing. Turn down the window to get on beats is what I probably need to do.
What happened now?
Oh god, no. Oh, is this a roguelike mode? It looks. That's funny. I kind of thought it would come today because people have already found new achievements for this game. So I thought that might just drop it right now. Oh, that's weird. July 5th. Is that free?
We've just seen a new trailer for updates coming to Hi-Fi Rush called Arcade Challenge Update. No joke, there's literally exclamation points in there. That's not just me. So here to explain that and more about the update is game director John Johannes. Welcome to Showcase Extended, John.
Really glad to be here.
Exclamation points?
They have to be in there.
Yeah. It feels
It's style. It's style. Yeah.
It's a style thing. Well, Hi-Fi Rush is such a
Such a
stylish
cool
in
game. I wish I was
general.
better
think
at
that's
it.
One of the things that people really excitedly pointed out when we shadow dropped the game in the developer direct earlier this year. But making a brand new IP is always a bit of a risk. Your studio's known for kind of scarier games like The Evil Within and Ghostwire Tokyo.
Can't deny that. But yeah, this type of game is something I just always wanted to make personally.
Maybe this is
and I just thought
more
music and action work so well
the
together.
direction they should go
And
into,
after I
because
finished working on The Evil Within 2,
I don't
it
think
just felt like the right
Ghostwire
time
Tokyo
to
was
try
very well
something
received.
new.
There's
And
Evil
our
Within
studio's always been about
has some
making
fans, but it
fun
was never
games. It doesn't
huge.
have to be about a certain genre. We're not about making one specific thing.
And fortunately, there's plenty more of that
But
content
also,
to
I
come,
mean,
'cause we just saw
the guy,
an
can't
absolutely
remember his name now, but the Resident Evil guy who
love to
started
hear
that
how
trailer
it's
is
been
leaving
breaking
anyway.
down
Maybe he's
all the
already
details,
gone.
all the stuff going into this update.
Sure, there's a lot, so bear with me. Everything in this mode is unlockable once you've finished the game, and you'll unlock an arcade cabinet in your hideout. And by accessing it, you get 2 new modes. One is called BPM Rush mode, which takes the gameplay up to like higher speeds than we've ever done in the main game. And the other
God.
is called Power Up, Tower Up, which is a new sort of randomized spin on the rhythm tower mode that we had in the original game. And included in this mode are 5 new original songs to play to, as well as 2 brand new enemies. And then there's special attacks and this whole meta system for unlocking upgrades and rewards. And that's all I can think of right now.
I love that there's so much to unpack there, but let's rewind. Let's talk about just BPM Rush for now.
Sure.
It was described in the trailer as effectively Hi-Fi Rush's equivalent of a turbo mode. Can you explain that a little bit more?
Yeah, early on, the team was like, how fast can we go?
I might actually be better at that because I felt like I was pressing the buttons too fast for it to stay on beat before.
To 200 BPM, but we sort of ease you in there. It's a gradual.
Although with
upgrade
parrying, that
until
would make me
eventually
struggle.
get so fast, you just gotta sort of think on your feet and naturally react to the rhythm in the combat of the game.
I personally love that there's a lot of accessibility settings in the game too. It makes it so that you can adjust the game to your own comfort level. But
that's what I need to do.
Game challenge. It's meant for when you've gotten into the rhythm of the game. So I'm curious if you have any pointers on as far as how to tackle that challenge.
As an action game, I think a lot of people want that sort of next level challenge, another way to use their abilities in a new type of environment. This mode does that by putting you at the high speed. But we also have multiple difficulties. We have an easy mode for people who want to experience what that's like, but maybe are not in tune with that sort of high difficulty that's accompanied with this stuff. But then
yes, that's me.
Casual normal mode as well. And then we have, after beating those modes, we can unlock an EX mode, which takes up to a hard level where damage is multiplied and keeps you at that high BPM throughout the entire time.
But there already was a post-game challenge when Hi-Fi Rush launched. It was the Rhythm Tower mode. You mentioned that briefly earlier. That's the one where you face just increasingly difficult combat. So how has that evolved with the Power Up, Tower Up mode?
So the Rhythm Tower mode was kind of like a very curated experience. And while it was very challenging, you can prepare, go in and sort of customize your character, know what you're getting into. And in this mode, we flip it to the almost opposite end. Chai starts off downgraded. We actually remove all your abilities, and you have to earn them back by fighting waves of randomized enemy sets. And
so
after
cool
every wave of
looking.
Enemies, you get to choose from a series of power-ups that can gradually increase your stats.
Why do they
Each
not
of these
just want to say it's a
upgrades
roguelike
comes
mode?
with either
That's what it
bonus or
is.
negative modifiers as well to the gameplay, so you can take more risks or less risks depending on which upgrades you pick. And again, those upgrades are randomized each level, so you really kind of have to have an understanding of the system.
Just say it.
Not quite master.
What are you
but have a
afraid
good
of?
grasp if you want to go in and come out on top.
Well, as I mentioned earlier, it was a really packed trailer. There was a lot of information in there. It's a chunky update. So what else have you got for us? Because I feel like there's more on the table there.
Yeah, so by playing in the 2 modes, you unlock these rewards through these challenges that are connected to these 2 modes. And in those rewards are things like accessories for Chai and new costumes for Chai 808, and even as well as fan favorite Corsica. We have new modes for the photo mode as well. Things like new filters. We have new poses for the characters. We have stickers that you can place on the photos.
New poses?
And
Holy
then
shit.
there are some extra hidden secrets that we don't want to give away right now, which, as you know from our
They're
game,
calling
we
it
like
an
to hide in
update, so
there
I'm
and
assuming
let
this
people
is
fun,
free.
which is always fun. And then, in conjunction with this release, we're also releasing a separate costume pack, which is a kind of take on what the characters would look like if maybe this game took place in a different time period.
Ooh, a little tease. I like
Yes,
that.
and there's some really fun-looking stuff in there. So
Well, thank you again so much for coming out all the way.
I
from
haven't
Japan
said
to
it's
Showcase
free,
Extended,
but I'm
John.
assuming it
I'm
is.
super glad to be here.
Because they didn't call it a DLC,
New
they called it an
update for
update.
Tango Gameworks' Hi-Fi Rush coming soon. Now it's time for us to return
Yeah.
to the second era of Tamriel in the Elder Scrolls Online. ZeniMax Online Studios debuted the trailer for their upcoming expansion at Showcase, and today they're here to break that trailer down for us.
So I
Let's
found
hear
out
what the team has to
afterwards,
say about the Necrom expansion for Elder Scrolls
after the
Online.
showcase, this Necrom expansion is already out on PC, but not on console yet. It's weird that this game's not crossplay.
Hey everyone, thank you so much for watching.
That PC and Xbox are still separated.
Rich Lambert,
And PlayStation, for that
Elder
matter,
Scrolls
too.
Online.
And I'm CJ Greb. I'm the project art director for Elder Scrolls Online.
One of the really interesting things about Elder Scrolls
Fallout
Online
76 is
different
crossplay, isn't it?
Than really any
Hunter,
other game
you would
out
know
there.
that.
It's not your typical level-gated world. Go anywhere, you can explore in any order you want to.
You really can hop in at any moment, play with anybody, you can play any part of the game.
And any story.
And of course, I mean, we're on Xbox Game Pass, you know, the biggest open world RPG on Xbox. And if you're at all a fan of Elder Scrolls, you can go places that you maybe have never gone
Yes,
before.
plus a lot of
in
people
Elder
beta
Scrolls.
test on
do
PC.
things that you've
Yeah.
never been able to do. There's so many different activities to participate in. You know,
Housing.
It's weird that this isn't crossplay then.
Right.
If Fallout 76 is.
And you can, of course, always revisit lands that you've been to before. We've got Skyrim, Morrowind.
Yeah, and they're different times. You know,
Yeah,
we're
different
almost
time,
1,000
yeah.
years in the past.
Come in by yourself, come in with friends, but don't worry that you're ever not going to have something to do because there are adventures everywhere you go.
Everywhere.
We had an awesome trailer during the showcase. Necrom, Hermaeus Mora.
Yeah.
What's it all about, Rich?
Hermaeus Mora is this Daedric god of knowledge.
Oh, Fallout 76 is not
Not
crossplay.
evil. He is just focused on
Okay.
cataloging. the
I
world
stand
and
corrected.
collecting everything he possibly can to
That's
sell.
weird also. They should
And
do that on both of
What you
them.
kind of see in the trailer is Mora kind of always on guard, always looking.
They should also consider, this would be more inviting to me anyway. At least if you're maybe not a base Game Pass user, but maybe for Game Pass Ultimate, giving you a bunch of the old expansions. Because I look at this game now and I see I gotta buy like 20 expansions to be caught up. You know, just like Destiny, but you know, for me, I've been keeping up with Destiny, but not everybody has. So I like the people who look at jumping in Destiny now is how I look at jumping into this, and like that seems almost impossible.
They know these lands. We want them to feel like they're coming home, right?
In the next game in the series, well, at least so they got Starfield coming out this year, so like Elder Scrolls is
The art team was able to really
5 or
play
6
with
years down the
cool,
road.
unique monsters.
Yeah, we were given some great places to go for new monsters.
But Lisa, I don't think you caught the Starfield Direct from the other day. You need to watch that because I think you are going to be very excited for that. I think you will love that.
Connection to the overall story of the zone.
We've also got the Tavani Peninsula, kind of the Morrowind vibe.
It's always fun to go back to this part of Tamriel because it's one of the most imaginative and sort of like visually expressive things that has ever been created for an Elder Scrolls world. And then, of course, Necrom City itself.
This ancient city that, you know, is rumored to have been built, you know, even before the...
Oh, I didn't know there was an
Twin
ESO
Towers.
Plus.
Right.
Being able to play with that and
How much is that?
architecture and this ancient city of the dead.
And you guys gave us a new class to do.
The Arcanist draws their powers from Hermaeus Mora. We really challenged ourselves and the team to make something that didn't feel like anything else that we have built.
Everything we've been talking
You know,
about
it still looks
amazing,
kind of
but
pretty for such an
when
old
do
game.
we actually get to play it?
Necrom launches on Xbox June 20th, and we can't wait for everybody to get in there and see this amazing content that we've created.
Thanks,
You know, better than like they showed the Nicolas Cage and Dead by Daylight trailer a couple days ago. The game looks ugly as shit now. This fall, it's just an old game, right? But Elder Scrolls Online doesn't look that bad. 15 a month, that's high. Epic game. I was gonna say I don't recognize that name, but that makes sense now because I don't pay attention to horror games. Is this that one 4v1 game that was real popular for a while? I think it might be. I don't remember the name of it. I predicted that they were gonna bring V Rising over from PC, but it might be this instead. Can't remember the name of this. Phantom Phobia, or is that it? Their online co-op. Phasmophobia, yep. Yeah, so I was right that they were gonna bring a PC game over, a popular PC game. I was wrong which one it was.
IBS World News.
Extra Primal. I'm so excited for Extra Primal now. I swear to God. Once I find out you can cut out the PvP completely. And there's an open beta this weekend, which I think you can do it even in the open beta. Makes me very excited.
アンケートや SNS を通じてたくさんのフィードバックをいただいております。今後の開発に活用させていただきます。ご協力ありがとうございました。さて、 カプコンショーケースはご覧いただけましたでしょうか。
I did not watch Capcom Showcase actually, but I heard it was pretty bad.
第2回オープンベータテストの開催が決定しました。
I mean, we kind of expected that from,
公式サイトをご覧ください。
like, Capcom Showcase last year was kind of just recaps, and that's what this one was too.
新情報を紹介します。まずはサベージガントレットという新たなモードです。
Oh?
サベージガントレットは内容が毎週切り替わる特別なミッションに5人で挑む世界中のファイターとクリアタイムを競うというモードです。
Okay.
ディノサバイバルとは違い、出現する恐竜やフィールドが遊ぶたびには変化せず、全世界のプレイヤーが同じ内容のミッションに挑みます。
Sort of like Gambit mode, without invasions.
トリプルスレッドを設置しています。出現してきたらこのようにスカイウェーブのグラビトンケージと合わせて起爆、一網打尽にできました。ミッションは画面上部に表示されている恐竜の討伐なのですが、
Phasmophobia? I'm not playing
以外
Phasmophobia.
の恐竜が出現することが少なくありません。もちろん討伐せずに無視することもできますが、ミッション達成の妨げになる可能性があります。倒すか倒さないかはプレイヤーの作戦次第です。
What's the purple shit on his head?
目標を達成したら次のミッションへ。ゲームの流れはディノサバイバルと同じなのですんなり遊べると思います。何やら次のミッションに備えてエグゾスーツを着替えているようですね。
Nathan, I played the first beta. It really is fun, except I did not like the PvP at all. But now you can not do that. You can set it to just do PvE. It's not, you're there to shoot dinosaurs, right? You're not there to kill other people. That's no fun.
また一列に並んだ恐竜もブレードで足止めしてから倒す作戦のようです。 道中では大型恐竜が複数体出現することも。サベージガントレットはエンドコンテンツに相当するモードなので、基本的にはミッションの難易度は高く設定されています。
You know, if I was going to play Phasmophobia, that means you would have to play it with me.
チームメンバーのスーツ構成などよく考えて挑んでみてください。 サベージガントレット
Plus, Phasmophobia didn't even say Game Pass. I'm definitely not buying that.
その後、自分のクリアタイムがどの程度だったか、ランクによる評価がされます。次はバリアントスーツを紹介します。
Are there any new
バ
ones?
リアントスーツはデフォルトのエグゾスーツとは異なる性質の武器を装備しており、戦い方が
I think they had 10 in the beta that I
デフォ
played.
ルトのデッドアイはアサルトライフルを装
That one
備
was
してい
in
ま
there.
すが、デッドアイアルファ、バーストファイヤーはショットガンとバースト射撃を切り替えられるバトルライフルを装備しています。敵との距離に応じて射撃を切り替えながら戦います。他のバリアントスーツも特別にちょっとだけお見せしますね。ゼファーアルファ、エナジーチャクラム、バラージュアルファ、ロケットホップ、
I don't remember that
ア
one.
ルファ、マークスマン、ロードブロックアルファ、フォートレスキー、
That was the one I used mostly.
ムラサメアルファ、フロストグレイ、クリーガーアルファ、チャージショットガン、
Are these...
リッチドクターアルファ、デュアリティビーム、
These look like the same exos that were in the beta when I played, but using different weapons. So maybe that's what he's talking about here.
ニンバスアルファ、ダブルバレー。
I think that's exactly it. That's interesting. Oh yeah, okay, that makes sense. Variants. I'm really excited for this game. I swear, it looks so dumb, but so much fun. It is gonna have battle passes, which is starting to become a bummer at this point, but still.
It's great to see the dedication from the team at Capcom and how they're building Exoprimal in partnership with the community. Gaming has the power to immerse us in worlds and perspectives we've never otherwise experienced.
Love you, Sarah Bond.
We can fight dinosaurs, transport to a dystopian future,
I'm scared of horror
explore the universe, and conjure magic. And we get to do this together, no matter where we are on the planet, the language we speak, what we look like, or our physical
I
abilities.
hate jump scares is the
That
thing.
is why it is both an absolute imperative and an incredible opportunity that games represent all of us. That is why we created the ID at Xbox Developer Acceleration Program to help underrepresented creators and stories in the industry shine. We call it DAP. DAP already includes more than 100 emerging developers, and they've launched 30 incredible games like A Space for the Unbound, Validate, and Hoa. And there are many, many more in the works.
That's cool.
Let's take a look at these amazing games coming up next from ID at Xbox's Developer Acceleration Program.
That's a neat thing. Not every game has to come out of America, Japan, or Europe. Oh, I've Stray Gods was in the Future Game Show the other day. I'm Heroes. Oh, that looks fun. El Paso Elsewhere, I've had my eye on for a while. That game looks rad. Oh, there's Paris.
I got a call from my good friend Jorg Newman, the head of Microsoft Flight Simulator. He
Doesn't get to host this year, but he gets to do the flight sim segment again. Ah, he's got the cocky and cook patch.
Capital of Hungary. Jorg, he's around here somewhere. Let's go find him.
That's good shit.
Jorg!
Hey, Paris. It's great to see you.
Yeah, great to see you.
Thanks for coming to Budapest.
Of course. What am I doing here?
I'll tell you on the way. We have a boat to catch.
A boat?
Yep.
We don't have a plane?
Nope. Come on, Paris.
Flight sim is crazy impressive.
Jorg, what is this place? What kind of aircraft are you storing in here?
Ha, dude, it's much cooler than that. All right, Paris, are you ready for this?
You know I'm ready for this.
All right, let's go.
This isn't scripted at all. We're just talking off the cuff here. Oh, this is the Dune one, isn't it?
Welcome to the world of Dune.
This is incredible.
Come on, I want you to meet someone.
I should probably watch Dune.
Hey, how's it going?
How are you, man?
It's good to see you.
Good to see you.
Paris, I would like to introduce Patrice Vermette, Academy Award-winning production designer of Dune.
It is very nice to meet you. I'm a huge fan of Dune. Now, Patrice, can you tell me, what is this place?
Well, this is the warehouse where we actually keep most of the props.
warehouse.
And the set deck elements that we used on Dune Part 1.
Explain to me, what's a warehouse?
Now, Jorg, how did all this get started?
So it goes back to November 2021. Dune had just hit the movie theaters worldwide, and we got a call from Legendary, and they had the idea that we bring an ornithopter into Microsoft Flight Simulator. And me being a lifelong science fiction reader and fan, a big, huge fan of the Frank Herbert books, how could I say no?
Okay, now it makes sense after seeing the trailer at the Xbox showcase. I understand why you brought me here.
You guys want to take a look? Because we actually do have a couple of ornithopters here if you want to see. You want to take a look?
That would be awesome.
Yeah, let's do it.
All right, let's do it.
All right.
They should put in a big dragonfly from Viva Pinata in the flight simulator.
That's amazing.
Sure, thank you.
That's what I
Denis
think.
likes things to be plausible, so that's why they were built to look military, rugged, and stealth.
Now, here's the most important question. Were they built to fly?
Funny you mentioned, because I've been asked that question on a couple of occasions.
No.
No, they don't fly.
No shit. What do you think?
So, Jorg, you had to get this working in the game. How did you do this in Flight Sim?
Yeah, it was actually interesting. So in general, ornithopters can fly and do fly. This particular one Given that it weighs 11 tons, that's going to be a little bit harder, specifically because it's not really doing the ornithopter bird flap. It does oscillation of the blades, and we currently don't have the material science to get the thrust and the lift. But on Arrakis, I think this is absolutely possible, and in Flight Sim, we made it work.
Patrice, we're here. Can we go in?
Absolutely. Right, let's do it. Normally we'd go in through the climbing up the landing gear, but this will do.
Yeah, so what's cool about this, Paris, is that all those buttons are actually realistically hooked up to the system. Master engine switch, what you're doing there above those, the red, are basically all the lights.
And as you notice, it's all analog because in the world of Dune, there's no thinking machines.
Later, Nathan.
Have been illegal for 10,000 years.
Yeah, that was actually fascinating when we implemented it. Because it's a science fiction, we thought, oh, it's glass cockpits, everything's going to be computerized. Like, none of it is. This is a very practical helicopter, almost like from the 1960s.
So Jorg, in the first movie, the Thopter was able to do a lot of cool moves and maneuvers. You're going to be able to reproduce that in Flight Sim?
Oh yeah, totally. I mean, the really cool design that you guys came up with is each blade is independently controlled. So each blade has its own lift and thrust. And that means it can go from a really stable hover to a steep dive and back to a glide instantaneously. I would just say thank you that you designed such an awesome and realistic machine, because that's what we do. We bring realistic machines to life. But if you want to see a little bit more about the game design, I have something for you.
Absolutely, I'd love to see.
Why don't we just say, nah, I'm good. No thanks.
All right, so the setup for this expansion is that you are a Atreides pilot on Arrakis flying an ornithopter. Here is what we built. We basically built this section of Arrakis. Here's the capital city of Arkeen. Here's the botanical garden, we have that as well. And the first thing we do is we train you up. The fast takeoff, fast landing, and then the deep dive. And then we take you to some of the extreme locations, like the bow of the cliff, the hole in the rock, the red chasm. You really have to show your pilot skills. And then, towards the end, then there's a secret mission, which I can't talk about today, but that basically wraps up the experience. It's gonna be great.
Super exciting. Hey.
It was great to see you again.
Barris, thank you for coming.
Thank you so much for having me. All right, Jorg, where to next?
Well, I don't know what they eat on Arrakis, but this is Budapest, and I hear they have excellent goulash. I know a place.
Well, let's go.
They really fly Paris out to Budapest for that? Gotta be cool. That's gotta be a good job. What are we looking at here? That looks cool. It's about 3 seconds in this game and I was in. This looks real cool. Tell me this is gonna be on Game Pass. Is it called Go Mecha Ball? Game Pass, not next year though. Right on. That looks fun. Eliza P. You know what I kind of thought would happen here? Some of the indie games that they announced for Game Pass at last year's showcase that are still not out, like Flintlock and it's like the farming game where you're in a mech. Finally. I kind of thought those would have release dates here,
You were
but
awakened by a mysterious
so far, no.
force.
Frenzy 2.
You must adapt yourself and your weapons to face untold horrors, untangle the
Eliza P
unfathomable secrets of the
is
city's elites,
real pretty.
and choose whether to confront
Got a
predicaments
demo out
with the
now, but
truth, or weave lies to
can't do
overcome them
Soulsborne.
on the journey to find yourself. You are able to create your own weapon through the combination of these blades and handles, Of the hundreds of possible combinations with different respective appearances, performances, attack motions, and patterns, each and every blade and handle has its distinctive Fable Arts. Fable Arts is a special combat skill that can be casted by consuming Fable slots. Fable slots can be charged again through combat. Select your own special skills to vanquish your enemies. The Legion arm is a prosthetic on P's left arm. The Legion arm can exhibit special abilities by consuming the Legion gauge, providing you an eclectic combat experience. So,
how many times they can put that logo up?
I highly doubt that. You'll have to face all sorts of monsters, puppets only being one of them. You're not quite done yet. Bone-chilling bosses await you.
That's weird. He didn't make contact with any of the punches.
If a boss seems too intimidating, you might want to get help from a Spectre. In boss matches, you can summon a Spectre that will assist you in battle.
Is that AI or is it
you will
friends?
be able to defeat bosses with more ease.
Probably AI.
The P organ is a system that allows you to upgrade your character.
Alright, later, Hunter.
Use quartz to optimize P to your liking. Within the P organ, you can select which slots
The P organ, ha ha ha.
Preference. There will be times when you will be confronted with choices where you can give comfort to others in sorrow or despair by lying, or you can choose to tell the truth. Carve your own path. Meet Liza P on Xbox One, Xbox Series, and
I'm an
Game
Xbox
Pass,
One?
coming to you this September 19th.
Did not know that. Looks way too good to be on Xbox
At the heart
One.
of Hellblade is our ambition
Alright,
to
Hellblade.
sink you
I
into
almost
Senua's
forgot.
world and story. To do this, it's critical that we make it as easy as possible for you to suspend your disbelief. One key method of achieving this is our use of performance capture.
Hey, Brett.
What I want to achieve on stage is
Yeah, Wolong was like the only Souls-like I really ever gave a real shot to, and that just broke me. I was out
get that into the
almost
game
right at the beginning.
as faithfully as possible. I want to see what
It's not
I
for
saw
me.
on stage in the game. It's time to find out. Why are they watching? It's time to find. When we were shooting the scene from the Xbox showcase,
Will they show a little combat in this game finally?
somber mood on set, because that was one of our
Ease?
moments in the game where it's just Senua and
Yeah,
the viewers.
exactly, Brett. I agree.
Have an opportunity to connect with the player.
Makes me think that like combat is almost the exact same as the last game. The fact that they won't show it.
At this point in Senua's journey, she's had her confidence eroded. There's a lot of doubt, and she needs to find within herself a spark of hope, that strength that she has, in order to continue on.
Everything I've done has led me to this place. We've come so far.
While this scene is relatively simple, the scale and complexity of our performance capture has multiplied to meet our creative ambitions on Hellblade 2.
We shot the first Hellblade in the boardroom of our old studio. It was very MacGyvered together. In the new studio, we have a custom-built mocap space, which has pretty much everything we could have dreamed of. We've got projectors, so we can recreate sets on the ground if we need to. We've got loads of props that we have available to us at any time, so we can build sets.
Yeah, I'm a little worried about that.
Going into interview and seeing the setup down there, and immediately being impressed by the clear commitment that had been made to underpinning great true-to-life performance with great quality data. So we've got a lot more cameras this time around. They're kind of top of the line at the moment. And in the kind of space that we have downstairs, we have nearly wall-to-wall coverage, which is really impressive. And is not something that is common. It's certainly a step up from a few cameras set up in a boardroom.
With our setup, we can push even further on our ambition of bringing through as much of our actors' performances as possible into the game, even down to the most nuanced of movements.
So when you've got a optical system like ours set up and calibrated well, you can track performers' movements down to the
I know the first game was really more about
psychological
stuff than actually slashing dudes up, but there was some of that.
You know, there's no need to push the action.
Kind of important.
You can just be your character.
I'm here now.
But your face has to be green.
What we want is the best performance possible, the best immersion possible for the player, and that's
You're
why
right.
we're
Everybody
going
does
to
sound
try
real
and get
sad.
that extra fidelity of performance into the game.
What do you want me to do?
Use a sword.
Capture being at the heart of our character.
Hit somebody.
Our props and staging had to facilitate our vision.
I don't want to give any spoilers away, but there is going to be a boat in the game. That boat will have several characters on board. We wanted to be able to capture the motion of a boat across multiple characters simultaneously, and we, for the first time, had the space to be able to construct a proper rig.
That kind of seems fun, to be honest with you.
A platform which could be
I want to do that.
moved in any number of ways to create that kind of pitch and yaw and roll that you would get on the ocean. And we got our actors up onto this boat and captured scene with high waves and a storm, and we got incredible data from really, really amazing. The most important part of my role is to make sure that story gets told, and having these wonderful actors we're working with bring their talents to bear on these characters has been such an amazing experience.
That wasn't the full version? Holy shit. No thanks. Ouch.
My name's Larry Herb, Xbox's Major Nelson. Welcome.
Okay, so we still got,
I'm excited to be
I think, 25 minutes left. I think they've shown everything they said they're gonna show. Pretty sure. So everything else is like, could be surprises. I'm still expecting something on the new Halo season. I'm really shocked they haven't done it yet. Boy, they must really be embarrassed about where that game's at. I mean, I know they are, but like, maybe even more so than I expected. Why do they have stations to play games that you can already play at home, like Hi-Fi Rush? That's out. You don't need to go there to play Hi-Fi Rush.
Obrigado.
That FanFest Melbourne is playing awesome games and having a great time.
There is so much going on here tonight.
That guy have a jacket with his own TikTok name embroidered on it? Is that Diablo? It's weird to go there and play Diablo. Play Diablo at home, gang. You don't have to wait in a line at all.
Honestly, I've never felt so good to be part of Xbox in my life. I'm just wandering around, I've been talking to people, and everybody is so excited about what's to come.
We really put a lot of emphasis on empowering creative risk, and then there's so much excitement for what we're going to be able to deliver going into 2024, and even games in 2024 that we haven't talked about yet. So our mission,
like what?
strategy is to bring the joy of gaming to everybody, no matter where they want to play, how they want to play.
Why don't you talk about them now?
I just feel, a real responsibility, a real privilege, excitement that we get to be the ones to build those games that are going to be at the center of no matter what we do.
Hi, I'm Sebastian, and I'm the community manager for Light Your Frontier.
This was
Today, I'm
the
playing with Kelly, and
game I was talking about that I expected to be here.
Multiplayer features Light Your Frontier has to
Because we
offer.
still don't have a release date on this. It's supposed to be out
Today we should continue building up the base
before,
yesterday. We'll need more resources
12 months
and
within last year's
work
showcase.
together to collect them. Can two of you work on that?
Yeah, let's go. Go.
Hey, that purple mech looks great.
Thanks. It's my favorite color.
Dang, the farm looks pretty good.
This is how people talk when they play games, right?
I'm looking forward to making the farm even bigger.
I'm gonna work on making our home look a little bit better, and then I'll come down and help you out.
Great. I'll see you in a bit then.
What do you want to focus on gathering, you think?
I can get wood to start with, and then you can help me get some aluminum.
I'll get some stone also then. That should cover a lot of what we need for crafting and building. Once we've finished, let's head back and
That should do a great job of showing people how this game works in this gameplay demonstration.
I think I've got a good idea of what I want things to look like from up here.
Nice.
Oh, there's so many good choices.
Alright.
We put so many cool things in our game.
I think that looks good.
Can't wait to see it.
There are loads of aluminium here. They're actually pretty strong, so we can do it faster if we both drill.
Let's work together and see what else we can find here. After we bring this back,
Totally
I'll take a
natural.
look in some other regions to see what materials they have.
I'm done up here, so I'll come join you.
Oh, my inventory is getting full from this harvest. I think we should build some, silos or crates to store it all.
Yeah, we should probably build a fence around those two as well, so we can protect the harvest.
Great idea.
X for gardening? Absolutely. Seems like the most effective way to garden.
Yo, anyone need materials? 'Cause
And
we got
farm.
a ton of stuff.
Yes, please. Oh my gosh.
Fantastic.
This is Titanfall 3. I don't know if you knew that, Brett.
Yes, please.
All on it.
What do you think of the layout?
Yeah, it looks great to me.
I'm almost done with the fences here.
Hey, everyone! I was going for more materials and I found some ruins over there.
Really?
Jump in your mechs and come see this.
Oh, wow, what is this? Oh, look at that.
This is so cool.
That door is huge. Wow.
I wonder what's inside, though.
Tomorrow we should totally find a way to open this. Let's head back to the base and see what we can do.
Early 2024 now. Alright. This got announced today. For game. I mean, it's been announced for a while, but I mean, it got announced today that it was coming to Game Pass. Oh, Little Kitty Big City's on Game Pass now? Lisa will be real happy about that. If she's still here, I bet she's freaking out. Tectonica? Sea of Stars is on Game Pass? It's fucking huge. Harold Halibut, I've heard of this one too. Galacticare? Are you a space vet? Space hospital? Neon White's on Game Pass! Fuck yes! Finally need to try this game. And Nico's Night Market's on Game Pass. Lisa forgot about that too. This is a hell of a lineup. The Bookwalker, this was in the Future Game Show the other day. Wait, maybe not. Maybe that's a different game. The Wandering Village, I've seen this before too. Build a tower on that thing's back. Yeah, all those games are on Game Pass. That's a hell of a fucking lineup.
Every year in our showcase, there's one game that kind of pops for me, something I'm very interested in. This year, we got to announce 33 Immortals from Thunder Lotus. And I'm here now with Stefan and Will.
Fuck yeah, 33-player co-op.
I've never played before. First time. We have 33 people online. Incredibly excited about this. So we're going to jump in?
All right, let's jump in. Let's start playing.
He's been the highlight of me so far, says Lisa. I think I agree.
Roguelike for 33 players. You play a damn soul, must rebel.
Not that the rest of it's been bad, but you know, it's the extended showcase. It's exactly what you expect.
3 upstairs and 27 people joining us from Montreal in the studio. Hi, everyone.
And we are ready. That's us. Everybody's spawning in.
That's us.
This is 33-player multiplayer.
Yeah.
Not a normal number of characters for a multiplayer game.
Yeah.
How did you come up with 33 players?
We were searching for a significant number where we can all play on the screen.
Yeah.
We stay together on the screen, so 33 felt good.
I don't think you're going to put 33 people on the same screen.
The Divine Comedy, the medieval poem from Dante Alighieri, written in the 14th century. And this poem has 3 sections: Inferno, Purgatorio, Paradiso. Each section has 33 chapters. And so
Phil has no idea what those words he just said were.
33 Immortals.
Man, I love what you said, Will, that when you guys started this game, there weren't even 33 people at the studio. So you didn't have enough people in the studio to fill out the full roster of the game.
Yeah.
It's just such an awesome point.
It's a challenge.
You know, Spiritfarer did not come out that long ago, and it's still, I think, just recently stopped updates. So it's pretty impressive that they're this far along already.
Different position, a different situation. We are in the cemetery. If you hold the left trigger, the world map is going to show up. And we can see that we are 33 right now, actually. In Inferno, but we are scattered around the world.
Oh, we're not all in the same place.
Yeah, because we all have to complete torture chambers.
Got it.
To make the game progress.
Okay.
And we are located at the southwest of Inferno.
Yeah.
And so the closest torture chambers is to the east.
Okay.
So let's go there.
Got it.
Okay, let's continue down south.
I don't need everybody else's name above them with that many people.
This one, I have a good feeling for it.
The soundtrack, what's going on? The music's kind of cool.
Thank you. This is Max LL, who's actually done the music on all of our games.
And you're in Montreal.
Kind of Hades-ish.
In Montreal, yes.
Close to one of our XGS studios in Compulsion.
Yes.
Also in Showcase.
Yes.
I love the community of game creators in Montreal.
Absolutely. It's always important to be well surrounded and
music sounds like Hades for sure.
Spiritfarer.
Yeah.
I thought it was fantastic.
Thank you. Yeah.
It was great.
Now, as you can see, this is not Spiritfarer.
No, but like, how
that's all the
studio standpoint,
conversation we need to have about Spiritfarer, I guess.
Stylized games, but outside of that, very different games.
We're not worried about, genre. Our goal is really to just try and make unique, immersive, creative experiences that players love and that they want to play for.
Awesome. I love that.
Yeah.
This guy who's getting out of my comfort zone sometimes.
Oh.
All right.
What do we do?
So we have completed a torture chamber. So we have achieved a first step in.
I got left behind. That's what you're saying.
Defying God, yeah.
Oh, they're back on us.
Whoa. Well, we're gonna face the wrath of God.
Careful.
Oh no! Dash!
Run away! Oh, I can't.
This seems real cool. I worry.
No, I gotta get out of here.
With this many people that the guys who like get real good at the game.
Okay, these
kind of happens in shit like Borderlands even, which is a lot less people. Guys who get really good at the game will just kind of start to rush ahead and get everything done. And if you're a new player, like they're already done with everything before you're figuring out what we're supposed to be doing.
Yeah, I'm up.
That's a concern.
Thank you.
Oh no! Run. Oh, this is the early fire.
What is this?
Oh,
holy fire.
One nose.
Now we're in a holy fire?
The wrath of God.
Okay, I'm ahead of it.
Okay, so we unlock the Ascension battle. So that's the last battle.
Here, can we get this? Can people jump in my heels?
Yeah. I mean. Oh.
I tried to do the don't mind me, the wandering soul.
Save me, please.
I'm like a zombie.
Maybe someone.
Did I mention I'd never played before?
Oh no, I died too. Oh my.
Okay, hopefully the team can carry us.
Hopefully we are not alone.
There's a lot of enemies in this small space.
Gonna try to not move.
Oh, there's a lot of heroes too, with 33 of them.
He's going to be able to revive you. Okay, good.
Oh, I'm in.
I'm up.
I'm in. Okay.
Okay, I'm back.
Yeah, thank you.
So this is the last step.
I think it's my last.
All right.
Okay. Yeah.
We did it?
Yeah, we did it.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, we did it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So now we've ascended.
Yeah.
That was first chapter of first book. Is that how I should think about it?
Yeah.
It's the first world, so it's Inferno.
Yeah.
Each region has its whole big set of challenges and everything.
And this is all on the map.
And its final boss fight.
That's what this is. Well, since we've basically come through unscathed so far, this should be easy.
Yeah.
You saved us from having to kill the final boss.
Yeah.
It's a bit of a tease.
I like it. I like it. Well, best of luck to you and the team and everything that's going on. Can't wait for this game to come out. I won't ask for the date because I know that's unfair. But it was great to have
next
you on
year.
the show and great for you to come down and we
I
got
feel
the
like that
opportunity.
montage of indie games should have been in the main showcase because that was a real impressive
Thanks
list.
for watching Showcase Extended. I love these opportunities
Oh, is that the
to
end?
show more about everything that you saw in the showcase itself. Thanks to everybody that supported us, and have a great week. Thanks, everybody.
Yep. Okay. Oh, we'll go to the shot here. All right. That was Showcase Extended. I'm very, very excited about Towerborne. Towerborne is the biggest thing for me. Also, First Ascendant. I was pretty shocked that it's coming this year. That is my jam. Looter shooters, Destiny likes, and you get a grapple hook in this one. Fuck, man, that is like you're speaking my language. I'm gonna drag Lisa into playing that, even though she thinks she's not gonna have fun, but she will. Oh, is he teasing Hexen?
By the mid-1990s, the first
wait, no.
shooter genre was really kicking off.
No, that's me. It went to my next video because I was watching a video about Hexen earlier. Because I was thinking about it since he put it on his thing. That's very funny. I'm an idiot. Sorry. Yes, Towerborne was the highlight for me. First Descendant's a highlight for me. That indie montage. I can't believe Sea of Stars and Maniko's Night Market and Neon White are all coming to Game Pass. There's some, I think Solar Ash and a couple others are still supposed to come to Game Pass, and they haven't yet. That Mecha Ball game seemed really neat. Yeah, this was, with the extended showcase, you keep your expectations realistic. It's not the big showcase, but I thought they surpassed it even. So anyway, I'm gonna get out of here. I gotta get some sleep. But that was fun.